Welcome to FBB Forum. If you like this content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the FBB Forum YouTube and Instagram pages. I'm very pleased to welcome the stunning IFBB Pro Talia Fiege. Did I say that right?
You sure did.
Okay. I should say IFBB women's physique competitor Talia Fiege to the podcast. Talia recently competed and earned her pro card at the 2024 North Americans in Pittsburgh, where she competed in three different divisions and got her pro card by winning the Masters 35 plus overall in women's physique. Talia also competed at the 2024 Masters Nationals and the California State Championships in figure. Talia has her own personal training business too and lives in Orange County, California. I think she has a really bright future in the pro league. So welcome, Talia. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So in terms of getting started in bodybuilding, did you have an athletic or a sports background before you started?
I've always done something. I played volleyball through high school. College, I kind of took off, did, the whole college thing. But I did start lifting weights almost immediately after, and I really enjoyed it. From that, I got into kickboxing. My
Really?
kickboxing gym ended up sponsoring a demolition derby car for me. So that was
Wow.
fun. I did have a accident while I was boxing. I blew out my knee. So I was actually in physical therapy and I met a guy who had a bikini team that he was working with. So we trained for bikini and I was 30 at the time. So trained for bikini and I just couldn't get the nerve to get up on stage. So I didn't follow through, but I still worked out. I took a break and had two kids. And then after I had my second kid, I immediately went back to lifting weights and it's what I love and I haven't done anything else since.
That's very cool. That's great. I know you're pretty tall. You're 5'9", I think you said, right?
Hmm.
So that was good for volleyball, I bet, to have that
It
height.
was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Uh-huh.
was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Very cool. And
I
I'm
think it's
curious about,
actually even helped with bodybuilding too, just being taller and it has an advantage, I think.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that later, but I was curious about that because a lot of the ladies are shorter, maybe a little bit more compact. So
Hmm.
I was wondering if it's tougher to compete against some of the shorter ladies though, too.
I mean, I feel like elongating everything, I don't know, it's prettier.
Yeah, I
So,
understand. I agree.
yeah, I think the physique category showcases so much more and just better than figure ever did.
Yeah.
I think I really enjoy this category specifically for that reason. But no, I think the elongation and just having the same size proportionally, I think it has an advantage.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, and I like women's physique because you get to do the flex and get to
Hmm.
show more than with figure. It's kind of like it's kind of a little bit rigid, in terms of what you can do.
Right.
Yeah. And before I forget the demolition derby, so that tell me about that. How did that work?
That was funny. It was a friend of a friend. She had driven in the guys' derby. It was actually here in Orange County at the fairgrounds. And she wanted to put together an all women's team. So she had her friend reach out to me and ask if I want to do it. I was like, yeah, why would I want to do that? That sounds awesome.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it was all women's. It was all for the Susan G. Komen Foundation, just raising money for breast cancer awareness. And it was just a lot
Wow.
of fun.
How'd you end up doing? Were you the last woman standing there?
I was actually 2013. I think it was 2013 that I beat everybody. Yeah.
Really? Wow, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, it was it's actually on YouTube somewhere. It was
Really?
yeah, pretty funny. I think
That's
it's
so
like
cool.
Damsels of the Destructions, hard hit, something like that.
That's so cool. I bet that was a lot of fun.
Oh, it
Wow.
was a great time. Yeah.
Um, Now in terms of getting started in bodybuilding, who kind of convinced you to do your first contest?
It wasn't anybody specifically convincing me. Like I said, been training for it for so long, and people just started asking me almost daily, like, do you compete? Do you compete? I just kept hearing it, and I was like, no, but maybe I should. So it was
Yeah.
kind of just the snowball effect. Like I was already there, I just needed that little extra push. And I hired a coach down in Laguna Niguel, and he was awesome. He got me on my first stage, and we placed extremely well. I got first place, and Yeah, it was two firsts and a second that I took for the categories that I did at the Excalibur 2022. So Isaac Pearls, he was amazing. And yeah, I just continued from there. I was like, I want more. Like, I was nervous to go up on stage. And then once I got up there, the lights are so bright. You're so into your routine. You've already come this far. It was like,
Hmm.
what are you nervous about? Just go. And it was a rush. But at the same time, I was like, okay, I got this. Let's do it again.
That's awesome. Yeah. And what did you say you started with bikini, or what was your
I
first
started with figure actually.
figure? Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, I had trained for bikini years ago, and that I got too big
Yeah, I
over
got you.
time anyways, but yeah, I just didn't have the guts to do it back then.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. Yeah. Um, yeah, I like figure because it is, a little more muscle, than with bikini. Bikini's a little bit too skinny in my opinion.
Yes, I was pretty little back in the day, so it's been
Yeah,
nice to put on some muscle and yeah, I enjoy it.
very cool. Now, I was curious, do you have a fitness role model or, somebody you really look up to in bodybuilding now?
Not really, I've met some really amazing women along the way. Just people just being genuine and wanting to help. I think it's a really interesting sport that way. It's competition, but it's a lot of camaraderie too. Like you become
Hmm.
friends with these girls, and even though it's all social media stuff, we still talk, and we still follow each other and give each other encouragement. And hey, what show are you doing next? And you're just always meeting new people, and they all have like the like-mindedness of you, and it's just very cool to have that with somebody. Because I don't have a lot
Yeah.
of girlfriends that do that here. I actually don't train with any women at all. Like nobody's into this, so
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah. I've heard that it shows too, because when you go to a show and all these like-minded people and y'all are kind of rare, female bodybuilders
yeah,
to get y'all together like that. There is kind of a iron sisterhood kind of thing that goes on.
yeah.
Yeah, which is great. I think that's really good, and it's not real cutthroat or not too.
Right, exactly. Obviously you're there to win. You want to showcase what you came for, but it's just having everybody in the same mind frame, not like she can't go out there and beat me because of something I didn't do next to her.
Mhm.
You're at your best, you're showcasing your best, and everybody's just applauding. It's just cool.
Yeah, I got you. I think that's really good. I think that's a good aspect. I think that's maybe more common in the women versus the men, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I think the men can be more cutthroat, and
Yeah, probably.
yeah. Uh-huh. So what I was curious, was it tough for you to get up on stage in a bikini for the first show, or was it kind of nerve-wracking or not?
It
Or do you get,
wasn't that bothered me at all. It was just the fact of all eyes on me. I'm like, oh
yeah.
no, here we go. Just everybody staring at me. I never wanted to be the center of attention and have people look, but the more I got used to people just looking at me walking around, I mean, this is just a normal walk around wait for me. And obviously I don't look like other women. And it's just getting used to having people look in general. I think that kind of came with the stage. I was like, at this
Yeah.
point, like I'm kind of used to it now. So it was
Yeah.
more just the judgment. Like, how are these people gonna critique me and what feedback am I gonna get? How am I gonna place? I think that
Mhm.
was more nerve-wracking than anything.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think and it's really still up to the judges too to determine that, but I can see where having all those people looking at you too could be a little bit, yeah, intimidating for sure.
Yeah, yeah, no, it definitely took a little getting used to. But like I said, the lights were so bright. You're just
Yeah.
kind of in your mind. You're like you've already trained for this. This is, just go. Just do it.
Yeah, I got you. I like that. Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, and I've heard that too. Because the lights are so bright, the competitor, looking kind of like at a black hole, and you can't really see the audience per se.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really. You're just trying to pick out the judges and smile and, just focus on hitting all your poses right. That's
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's true. Now, in terms of competing, I was impressed that you did three different divisions at 2024 North Americans, and you
yep.
did women's bodybuilding, figure, and women's physique. I
Hmm.
was I was curious, was it tough to do all three divisions, and did you ever lose track of which one you were doing at any given
It's
time?
kind of a funny story how that happened. So, because I did the Masters National, it was 6 weeks prior, and I
Yeah.
did figure. I placed second. And I
Okay.
said, no, that's not good enough. I'm going back. So I just held for 6 weeks and I went back. I already registered to do figure again. And in that 6 week period, one of my coaches was like, I think we have a shot at physique. So I was like, okay. So I learned all the poses, I did my routine. And I mean, we're talking just a few weeks because it wasn't even immediately after that he decided this. So it was just getting that down. And I was like, okay. So I signed up for Zeke. And then the day of check-ins, I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's just see where I'm at. And I signed up for bodybuilding too. So I just
Really?
did, yeah, one entry for bodybuilding and just figured, you know what? Why not? I'm here. Like, let's give it a go. So I learned the poses for bodybuilding the night before via Zoom with my coach.
Really?
And yeah,
Wow.
and just went out and did it. I mean, at least it was so similar to physique.
Yeah.
So it
That's
wasn't a
great.
huge difference. And I had two drives already ready to go with my music. So I was like, all right, here we go. So the only
Wow.
difference that I noticed was like no jewelry with the bodybuilding.
Oh, really? Oh,
So I
yeah.
came out ready and because I wasn't obviously used to it, the girl's like, you can't wear that. I was like, oh no, so I'm putting my stuff away real quick. But everybody's really
Oh,
nice and at least like I said, it's just everybody's so cool at these events. They didn't want you to go out there and be like, okay, you're gonna get dinged because of this. Like they let you know that. So I thought that
yeah.
was very nice and
Oh,
you made, like I said, friends at that show. But no, I didn't not know where I was in the competition wise. It was just a lot. I think the
yeah.
one thing that threw me off was the showdown, the posing showdown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
haven't
they're
done a
like, you got
post
to go
down
back. I
before.
was like, wait, I just did it. So,
Oh, did you have post down for physique and bodybuilding?
no, that was just the physique. That was the 35 and over, and that's what got me the overall.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. No,
That
that's,
was very fun.
was it kind of nice to ditch the heels too? I mean,
Oh, 100%. Yes.
I bet. Yeah.
I do wear heels. I'm used to them, which also was a benefit, like, because I do wear them for work. And
Yeah.
it's funny to see some of the girls because they're such gym girls going out there and trying to put heels on now, learning to walk in the heels too. I'm like, okay, at least that I had down. But yeah, it was
Yeah. That's good to at least have that down. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, I bet it's nice to ditch them too, because it's
oh, for sure.
probably they're not very comfortable, I imagine too,
No.
know.
You're always worried that you're going to step on something wrong or trip or, yeah, the carpeting or the wiring up on the stage. It's never quite even. And yeah, you just
Yeah.
want to.
Oh no, I totally understand that. Yeah, and that's not good. You don't want to get hurt too. I mean,
No.
you
It's just, I think something that plays in your head. I don't think people really do. They do a good job at the shows.
but I was thinking it must have been a little tough doing the three divisions because you're already kind of depleted and you're kind of, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
tired and you're not just, doing prejudging and finals. So
Oh, I
was
was
it,
exhausted.
I
It was a
bet.
very long day. I was exhausted.
Really? Yeah, I
Oh,
bet.
yeah.
Yeah. And now that you've done all three, are you going to stick with women's physique or
Yes, I'm gonna compete in physique at least this year, for sure.
yeah,
And then see what
awesome.
happens. Yeah.
That's great. I think that's a good one for you. I think that's the one you should pursue. I think that,
Thanks. Yeah, me too.
mm,
It was actually kind of funny too, because Sandy had given me the feedback from Masters Nationals, and I took that. And when I placed, it was fifth at figure, the last one. My coach was funny. He's like, "Well, Sandy just told you what category you're in." I was like, "Okay, yep, that's all right. I'll take
yeah.
it."
Yeah, that's true. And especially her. I mean, that's a good person to get advice from for sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she was very helpful this whole past year, and I really appreciate her. And I got a chance to thank her after too for giving me the critiques and being able to work on that and having them notice. That was very cool.
That's terrific. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's really good feedback for sure. And good advice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that was the right move too.
for sure. Yeah, I'm happy I did the transition.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now I know you got your pro card by winning the 35 plus masters overall and class C and 40 plus in
Mhm.
women's physique. What was your experience like winning your pro card? I bet it was pretty thrilling for you.
Oh, it was amazing. Just because, like I said, I was just there 6 weeks prior, and it was
Hmm.
so like devastating getting second. It's like amazing to, even get second at a national level, but then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I have to go back. Like I'm so close. I felt it. I knew I had to do this, and I've been telling my kids like I'm gonna go pro. When I came home, they're like, "Oh, you didn't get it," and it's like, "No, but I'm gonna go get it this time." And just to be able to be like, "I did it," like that was very cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. I've heard that from a few competitors that placing second is probably the most heartbreaking because you're so close to getting your pro
Yes,
card and it didn't doesn't quite work out. Then it's like, oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thankful for every moment. Things played out how they were supposed to.
That's great. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you did. And yeah, you really do have a great look. Definitely stand out. So
Thank you.
yeah. Um, Now I was curious in terms of the other two shows you did this year. Well, you mentioned Masters Nationals, but
Mhm.
also California State Championships where you competed in figure.
Mhm.
What was your experience like at those two shows?
I think Cal, I was nervous actually stepping on that stage for some reason. I didn't feel like I was quite ready,
Hmm.
but at the same time, my coaches and I knew it was just more of a strategic move. I wanted the feedback to know what to work on because I knew I was going to Masters Nationals.
Okay.
But it still made me nervous stepping on the stage, knowing I wasn't quite where I wanted to be.
Okay. I understand. Yeah.
But it was a good move. I think we did everything right. So I was happy with, the outcome. I still placed first, but
Well, for Cal State, did you need to do that show to qualify for nationals or were you
no,
already
I had
qualified?
actually qualified at the Excalibur in December prior, 2023.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But
Yeah.
it was just more, like I said, strategic, just trying to get the feedback to know what to work on so I could get my pro card.
I bet that was a really competitive show, the Cal State, because there's so many great bodybuilders in California too. So
Yeah, it was a cool show. It definitely, I think, also making me feel a little bit more nervous too, because I knew I wasn't quite where I wanted to be.
yeah, I
But that's
got you.
okay. Yeah, like I said, everything worked out how it was supposed to, and I still placed very well, and I'm happy with that. So
Sounds like a good move. Yeah, I'm sure it was a good move for you. Yeah, that's very cool.
yeah.
Um, Now with those three shows that you did last year, we talked a little bit about this earlier, but that kind of Iron Sisterhood, did you
Mhm.
encounter that at those shows or was there any like scrapping?
No scrapping for sure. I'm not a fighter. I'm too nice. No, I didn't really meet anybody at the Cal. It was the Masters. I met somebody. She was super cool. We still kept in contact. She was actually, uh, she's the one that got her pro card.
Oh,
And
cool. Yeah.
yeah, no, but she was great. And the last show that I did, the North Americans, I did meet Stephanie. She was super cool. She was the one I did the pose down with for 35 and over.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, we kept in contact too, and still follow each other on Instagram.
Oh,
So
that's very cool. That's awesome. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that that's good to make those connections. And like I said, there's so few, you know, pro women bodybuilders out there. So
yeah,
if you all can kind of keep in touch and learn and share from with each other, I think that's good.
yeah. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. Um, Now, in terms of um, you alluded to it in a recent Instagram post, but will you make your pro debut in 2025?
Definitely, we were gonna do something. Nothing's set in stone yet. So I meet with my coach on Thursday, and we'll figure it out. Hopefully, knock something on the books, and yeah, it'll be cool. I'm excited.
That's awesome. Very good. Yeah. I think I mentioned before we started recording, Tampa is a good show. You got to come to Tampa. Yeah.
I'll definitely mention it, see what they say for sure. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'd like to do a few this year. I think it'd be really cool just to kind of just stay, going and just really, make my place.
Yeah. Yeah. And kind of get your name out there too as a new
Exactly.
pro. Yeah. I think that's great. Yeah. That would be wonderful. And I think, like we talked about with you being taller too, I think it'll help you stand out too in the lineups and everything too. So,
Yeah, yeah,
mhm.
that'd be cool. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited. No, we'll definitely do something for sure.
Okay. Very cool. That's awesome. Yeah. Now, I was curious at the three shows this past year. Did the judge just give you any feedback on where to improve your physique or your presentation?
Yeah, well, it was Sandy that I talked to, and she was just basically really saying hit glutes,
Mm,
make sure everything stays tight on stage, don't release at all. So I really focused on that. And yeah, I think I think I knocked it out of the park. So
Yeah,
yeah, just
definitely.
trying to maintain now, just keep everything how I was doing the training before and make sure nothing comes flat.
That's great. Like I said, Sandy is really good advice too. I mean, she's probably the top women's judge, so
Yeah, she's
yeah, that
I'm very thankful to have met her and be able to talk to her.
oh, I think that's terrific that you got a chance to do that. Yeah. Um, I was curious, is there any advice you could provide to ladies watching who are seeking to earn their pro card? I know it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, but any other advice besides that?
Just focus on yourself. Just, it's very hard. It's very easy to get in your head about things. Just know, you've put in everything that you can to be the best that you are, and just go in knowing you've trained for this. Hit those poses, make sure you're practice, practice, practice. So it's just routine. You're not thinking about it on stage. Oh, what do I do next? So it's not robotic, just flows.
Hmm.
Yeah, just I know it's easy to get in your head about things, and especially us bodybuilders, everything you want it all perfect. It's never good enough. So just
Yeah,
think
I
did
got
everything
you.
that you could.
I know some ladies will stay off Instagram before a show too, just because they don't want to seeing other competitors kind of get in their head.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you ever do that?
No.
No,
I
not.
just I just focus on me and just do normal things too. Just my normal routine and
Yeah,
yeah, no, just know that I did everything that I could to get to that point.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, no, that's good advice too. I think that's really good. Um, the I was curious. Well, now that you're going doing your pro debut, um, just because I do think that Instagram can kind of get in your head a little bit, because
Mhm.
you if you spend too much time comparing yourself to others when you're really competing against yourself and and it's up to the judges too.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that's something to think about.
Which is true. I'm, with this job and training, I'm really not on it all that much anymore. I kind of
Yeah.
do all my media stuff in the morning while I'm doing cardio, just to at least get
Oh,
my stuff out there and try to
yeah.
answer fans and questions and stuff. But yeah, other than that, I don't have time to. So I guess that's kind of good.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I was impressed you have a lot of Instagram fans. You have like over 86,000, I think.
I'm impressed too. That grew very quickly just as soon as I started doing
Huh,
this.
really?
So yeah, I think it was after my first show. That's when it really started ramping up. Like people know me. I'm all, this is weird. like, like asking about me. I'm like I said,
Huh,
I never really did social media before, and
yeah,
I always kind of felt like, why does anybody care? And it was just okay. I just started posting more and trying to learn how to do it really. Because, like I said, never
yeah,
really did it before. But no, it grew very quickly. I unfortunately had a small stint at a job that wasn't very busy, and at least I was able to focus on this. I
yeah,
focused on, going to these shows and making sure everything was good there, trying to do my following stuff, all my social media, and it grew. And I mean, I guess, like I said, everything happens for a reason. So that was the time for it. So now I can
yeah,
actually focus on my job that I actually do love now and
yeah.
this.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would just I wonder if, sometimes the algorithm, will suggest you for people's suggestions, that when you do the search. So I wonder if it did that for you, because you have a great look. So
Thank you. I hope so. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. I was impressed though. 86,000 is a lot. That's a lot.
I can't believe how big it's gotten. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool. I think that's terrific. Yeah. Um, Now I was curious in terms of your physique, do you have a favorite muscle group and what muscle group do you think needs the most improvement?
I guess because it's in my head, I always want to hit glutes. Like, did I ever do enough? Is it enough? Like, I'm always
Mm.
thinking, okay, one more set, something. But I guess my favorite to show off is arms, just because I can do that anywhere. I can do that at work too. My guys at work are hysterical. They'll walk customers in and kind of break the ice, like, oh, well, you can arm wrestle her for the warranty, and they're no. You know,
That's cute.
so,
Oh man.
it's a good icebreaker for sure. The customers are fun, and yeah, I get a lot of support. But yeah, I guess I get so many people comment on them just because that's what shows the most.
Yeah, I got you.
Uh,
Is it okay to say where you work?
yeah, I work for Hardin Buick GMC in Anaheim. I
Very
know they'd
cool.
appreciate the little, shout out too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my
And
team's awesome.
you do finance, you said, right?
Yes, I do.
Oh wow. How often do they bring the customers back to to show off your arms and stuff?
Oh, yeah. It's actually pretty funny. Like just being in the showroom. Oh, I don't want to mess with her, and like we'll do the guys and I will just do like random push-ups, like contests.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, everybody has a really good time with it. It's fun.
That's really cool. That's really
Yeah.
neat. Yeah. Very cool. Um, Now in terms of coaching, do you have a prep coach that you're working with?
I do, yeah. Terry Hairston and Kim Bibdal Harris, they're both IFBB pros. And then James Juge, he does help as well, also pro. So that's my team. And I started with Kim for posing December of 2023 for that Excalibur show. So she
Hmm.
helped me through that, and I was really blown away with how they treated their competitors and where they were placing, and just I really liked working with them.
Okay.
So I was able to get them, right after that show, and just hit the ground running. So that's all 2024. I worked with them. And yeah, Terry is with me in my picture after getting my pro cards. So,
Oh, nice.
so
Very
yeah.
cool.
So he
Yeah,
was there with me. That was awesome. And yeah, I'm very excited to see what we have in store this year.
that's terrific. Yeah, and I'll make sure to include their Instagram down below in the comment section too, so if people
That'd
want
be
to look
great.
up. Yeah. That's terrific though. It sounds like it's a good coaching team for sure.
Yes. And I think because it's a team, it's not just one person. And, James was the one that actually saw a picture that I posted on Instagram from Rob Sims, and it was a
Yeah.
back pose. And he was the one that suggested to Terry, hey, I think we should put her in physique. And he's like, you know what? I don't know why I didn't see that before. Let's do it. So
Oh,
just the
nice.
fact that they can run things by each other and just make you the best that you are, you know, diet's never been a problem. Tell me what to eat, when to eat it. I'm good. Like I'll eat the same thing every day. Whatever works, let's make it work.
Yeah.
So they know now how my body responds to things and how I am as a person, where I'm at mentally with this whole process. So I think this year
Yeah.
will be a lot easier too for everybody. But
Yeah. I think you're right about that too. I've heard that having a team like that really helps
yeah,
because they can bounce ideas off each other and yeah, I think having a few heads together to kind of think about the best strategy. I think that really is a good thing for the
yeah,
athletes. Yeah.
yeah, I do too. So no, they're awesome. And I think anybody that's in the area, they'd be lucky to have them. So if they're looking for a coach like that, uh,
Yeah. And
what
you're in
I do
Southern.
is more of a lifestyle.
Oh
Just
yeah.
it's too hard to help somebody train for a comp while you're doing it yourself.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
But a
And
lifestyle client, that's easy. Like,
in terms of your coaching,
right.
yeah. Plus you're working full time too with
Oh
the
yeah.
dealership. Yeah. So I bet that would be tough. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, does your coaching team, do they do only in person or do they also do online?
I'm sure they do online stuff. I
Yeah.
know, like I said, Kim was able to help me in one night learn the bodybuilding poses real quick before the show. So I don't know
Yeah.
why they wouldn't be able to. And, we take pictures and video and stuff. They're there for you. They want you to do well.
Yeah.
So
That's true. And in terms of you, do you do online or just in person for coaching?
online, really only. Person is very hard. I did have a client this year, and we treated his wedding as the show. So it was very cute.
Oh,
He wanted to get fit and have abs for his honeymoon. So I said, "Here's the deal. Like, because I'm doing this myself, you can come along with me. I will help you.
yeah.
But I'm at the gym at 5 a.m. I'm not
Yeah.
waiting for you. If you're here, you're here." And he showed up. He wanted it. So
Wow.
I was
Nice.
okay with that. And I couldn't work on his schedule. He had to work on mine.
Yeah, I got you.
And
Yeah.
now it's kind of the same thing. And I don't have the time to be there with somebody.
Yeah, I
But
got
I
you.
do
Yeah.
all custom macro meal prep. I own my own custom macro meal prep company for a while too.
Okay.
So getting
Wow.
people diet stuff and workout programs, that's very easy. And I don't have a problem filming myself at the gym doing something to show them what to do.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But I know a lot of people want to have that person there pushing them. So it is a little bit harder to do an online thing. You have to be your own motivator.
Yeah. I would think it would be tough to do in person in Southern California because it's just so vast. I mean, it's such a huge area, from one end to the other and so many people and so much congestion. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, I think you're smart to do online only.
Yeah.
And so we talked a little bit about it earlier. You're in Orange County, so you're away from the fires right now, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We smell them.
Oh, you
But
can smell them. I bet. Yeah, I bet
yeah,
that there's smoke throughout the area there, but that's kind of sad what's going on there.
it's awful.
Yeah. Do you have friends and family that are in the fire area?
I don't have any friends up there. No, but I do have friends here that know people up there that have had them come down and stay with them. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
because they
Wow.
were evacuated.
Hmm.
And I don't know what happened to their homes, if they're okay or not, if they're able to go back. But yeah,
Hmm.
it's tragic. It's really
It
sad.
is. Yeah. I heard about looting problems too, and that's something that happens here in Tampa area when we have hurricanes come through, and then these looters like
It's the
follow and
evacuations. Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah. Like
Everything I've seen, the footage, unfortunately, that it's all burned to the ground. Like I don't even know what people would go after.
I know, yeah, I've seen that too, and yeah, it's really sad. It's sad to see that. I would set some booby traps or something for the looters. That's terrible that people would do that.
Yeah, no,
Oh man. Um, Now in terms of oops, I lost my place here. I was looking at my questions.
it's
Um, what would you say is the most challenging aspect of competition prep for you?
the most challenging part was posing.
Yeah.
It was, I don't have a dance background. I don't have a gymnastics background. Flexibility has always been an issue.
Mm.
Uh, my amazing friend Laura took me under her wing and did some yoga with me. She was an awesome yoga teacher, so she really helped me get some of that flexibility. And I was able to work with Kim because Kim's the one that does all the posing with me. So between the
Yeah.
two of them, it helped significantly. But that was absolutely hands down the hardest part of all this.
Did they help you with choreography for your I mean your finals routine?
Yeah, Kim did.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
very cool. Yeah.
So she's been
Um,
good with that, and she's the booty master. So we'll do that stuff together too, just to make sure everything's good. I did the TIMS machine thing that they have now, like the electrode.
oh yeah, yeah. I know what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes, I did that with them. They had one of their guys come out and he's a tech with it, and it was interesting. It was a very different experience and you could really feel it. It was funny, but I
That
would
was
definitely do it again.
with the electrodes, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
you hook it
yeah.
up while you're actually doing the exercise and it just really focus. You feel it. It just it keeps getting tighter. You're like, it's
I've
funny.
heard that before and I've seen pictures and videos of that. That's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah. Do you feel now that you've been um competing for a little while now more confident with your posing now that you've
Yes.
kind of, yeah.
Yes.
I think it would
So,
be tough if you don't have a dance background or gymnastics background, to
yeah, you don't realize everything that goes into this. I mean, really, you're up there not just flexing, but it's a presentation.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're performing for these people. They're there to watch, and you want to make sure you're not doing anything stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to look dumb, please.
I've seen a few ladies that kind of look a little awkward up there. They just, yeah, and maybe they haven't done enough practice posing, but or have two feet or something too. So,
Right. For sure.
oh man, that's
Yeah,
not
lifting's the
good.
easy part. I can go build all day long. But
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. Yeah, and that's you're one of the few who's mentioned posing. A lot of people mention diet or just sacrifice with family and stuff like that. But yeah, I could definitely can see where posing is really tough and
yeah.
tough to get used to it.
Yeah, diet's never been an issue for me. Like I said, I can
Mm.
eat the same thing every day. I own the custom macro meal prep company, so I understand flavors. I know how to cook. So maybe that's a little bit different. I'm not just eating dry chicken and broccoli for every meal. So
Yeah.
I guess that's definitely a one up for most people. Because yeah, I understand that food is the hardest part for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think the monotony of the food, it just that would drive me a little bit crazy, and I want a beer every once in a while. I keep on drink, and
I just think when you're so busy and you have your meal already ready to go and you're eating in between me and my clients, I'm just setting up a deal and eating real quick. Everybody jokes, you're eating again, and I'll come over, I'll talk to you when I'm not eating, like
uh-huh.
like yes, I'm eating again and always eating. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. You're always going to be every 3 hours or so, and
yeah, I'm like
yeah.
2.5 even. Yeah, it's a lot.
Really?
Hmm.
Wow. Yeah, that would be tough too, I bet. Yeah. Now, I was curious, what advice could you give to ladies watching who are looking for a good coach? Like, what should they be looking for?
Honestly, if they can reach out to my coaches and they want a good coach, that would be amazing for, like I said, anybody. But a
Yeah.
good coach, somebody that understands prep. I would definitely look for somebody who's in the same position. You see those funny memes that like, oh yeah, their personal trainer needs a personal trainer. Like
Uh,
just make sure that person that you're hiring is doing it themselves
yeah,
or
I
has
understand.
done it themselves.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah, I think they just understand better.
definitely. That makes a lot of sense. Definitely. That's really good advice too, I think. Yeah. Um, and how long have you worked with the current coaching team? Did you say a year now?
Yeah, so it was for the December 2023 show that I started with Kim. And then
Okay.
after that show, I started working with all of them. So it was about February. So yeah, it's been almost a year.
That's great. Yeah, and you're gonna work with them going forward too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Um, my next question was about your personal training business, which we've already talked a little bit about, but
Uh-huh.
I was curious, have you ever worked with bodybuilders or you really focus on lifestyle clients?
I guess it was, like I said, because this client that I did work with, we treated it as a show. He now wants to do a show, but I even kind of told him to. It's too hard for me to focus on both, but
Yeah,
I'm glad I got him to where he wanted to be. We did meet his goal, and he, was blown away by what actually he was able to do himself. It exceeded his expectations. So, I
nice.
I mean, it made me happy. Like I wanted him to get the results he was looking for, and he did. So,
Did he show off the abs at the wedding? That'd be
I don't know at the
exciting.
wedding, but it was definitely the honeymoon. He was very happy.
Oh, well, the honeymoon, that's true. Yeah, that's true,
Yeah,
especially for like a cruise or something like that.
they did Hawaii, so
Oh,
he
Hawaii.
needed.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Very cool. That's
got to do the
awesome.
beach walk.
That's pretty cool. That's
Yeah,
the thing, like pull up the tux, hey, I was working
right.
this the whole time.
No, he looked very good. I was very proud of him for getting to where he wanted to be and just following through.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Um, Now, do you have a husband or boyfriend?
Yeah, I do have a significant other, not husband. I am divorced. It's been interesting. I'd say 2024 was probably the hardest year for me, not only financially, but relationship wise too.
Hmm.
So to be able to compete at this level, going through what I went through,
Hmm.
it just shows you that I can really focus on one thing at a time. Like I just put all blinders up and I just knew this is what I wanted. You're not derailing me from this. I'm making this happen.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a tough year for me.
Did you have to go through the divorce this past year?
No, this was something completely different. It
Hmm.
was
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, very blindsiding. I didn't see it coming.
Hmm. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
it was sad, and it's yeah, pretty heartbreaking.
Yeah, I got you. I'm sorry though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of felt
Yeah.
like it was a second divorce, honestly.
Really? Oh no, that's not good. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. And like I
Yeah.
said, with the job situation too, just financially, it was really, really hard. I was working 7 days a week. I,
Hmm.
I couldn't even tell you how many hours trying to run my meal prep company and another job as well. My other
Hmm.
job was slow. So like I said, I
Hmm.
do all my social media while I was doing that. So I just kept focusing on I'm building something. Something has to happen. I'm building something. So I just figure I'm just laying the groundwork things will happen how they're supposed to. So I was more than thankful to get this job that I have and just be able to keep focusing on what I want to do too. I want to compete on this pro stage and I
Yeah.
will. So
Sounds like it was kind of like best of times and worst of times last year, though.
it
That's
really was, yeah,
uh,
building up to it and then finally getting that pro card. I feel like that's when everything broke. It was like,
mm,
okay, finally, like things are happening the way I need them to happen.
yeah.
I was at a low point. It was really hard.
Yeah, I bet. No, that's yeah, I totally understand that. That was I told you about Susan Graham earlier. She's, same age as you, and
Mhm.
she had gone through a rough divorce, but it was also her first time winning a pro show and getting to the Olympia. So it was just a really high ups and downs and highs
Oh,
and
yeah.
lows there. And so I know that that's really tough though. I know that's tough
Yes.
to go through that.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I'm glad it worked out for you in terms of the pro card. That was
Oh, me too. Yeah.
yeah, big
Like,
big prize at the end.
right, for real. Yeah, even my coach, Terry, was talking to me about it, and he's like, anybody else I feel like would have broken for what you went through. And he's like,
Hmm.
I'm proud of you for staying focused and doing what you said you were going to do.
That's good. Yeah, that's good that you stuck with it and kind of maybe helped you provide a goal and something to light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Now, in terms of living in Orange County, California, I imagine there's probably a pretty big supportive bodybuilding community there. I would think in Southern California.
Yes. So I had to move out of Huntington, which had the best LA Fitness. That was my gym family. I had so many
Mm,
friends. We were all so supportive of each other. Um,
hmm
yeah, Viet was another pro, and he was always in there going, "You got this, you got this," and it was very cool. But yeah, we became very good friends, and then I had to move. So
mm.
actually in Costa Mesa right now. I do go to a couple of different gyms around here. I just haven't really found that family yet. I do train
Yeah,
very early. It's just we'll see. It's only been a couple months, but
yeah, I gotcha.
I know I'm intimidating to see in a gym too, and I am there to work. I'm not there to talk and stuff, but
Mhm.
it'd be nice to like, have that camaraderie again. Like just, hey,
Yeah,
how's
I
it going?
gotcha.
Oh, you look great. Like it just, it really talks to me. So
Yeah, I gotcha. I bet you'll will over time, but that's tough losing your old community there in Huntington about too. Yeah.
yeah,
hmm
no, it was hard, but hands down, that was the best gym I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of them. I had a pass that got me into all the major gyms for a while, which was cool. So I had to check them
Yeah,
all out, but hands down, that LA Fitness in Huntington is by far my favorite.
really? That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, but I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry you're not be able to go there anymore though. But
It's
yeah.
just a little out of my way.
Oh yeah, yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's yeah, like we talked about traffic and that's just such a huge area. I mean,
yeah,
just that's amazing, when you think about how massive it is land wise, but then people wise too. It's just so many people. So
yeah.
and then traffic's terrible. So
It is. It takes me 40 minutes round trip just to drop my kids off to school. It's like it's not
really?
even that far. Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, Florida's pretty bad too, but I think it's worse down there in California.
It's all side street stuff. You get down to the beach from the freeway. It's 5 miles to get to the beach.
Really?
Yeah, it's it's like nothing's super close,
Yeah, I got
but
you.
it's like
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. Yeah, we're kind of similar in Tampa too, and Miami's really like that. Miami's very similar, I think, to Southern California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never been. I'll make it there one day.
Oh yeah, it's really cool. Very dynamic. It's neat. Yeah. I was curious. Are your parents supportive of your bodybuilding career?
No, family situation's been a little interesting. Unfortunately, my dad passed away
Oh,
last
really?
year, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, my mom and that's what happened. I moved in with my mom to help her out then too.
Oh yeah.
So she wasn't doing so well. Just they were always together. They were married 53 years.
Oh yeah.
So she was having a hard time, but she also didn't understand what I was trying to do. I don't think much of my family really understood what I was trying to do. Why do you want to look like that? I'm like, I
Hmm.
love looking like this. Like, yeah, it's different, it's unique, but at the same time, it's beautiful. Like I think
Yeah.
it's very fun and it's something that I have passion for, and I just don't feel like I got the support from it. Like it was,
Hmm.
they just didn't understand.
Yeah, I got you. I understand.
And I
Yeah.
think a lot of it too is like, just trying to get over the divorce and like, what's going on? Like, why didn't this work? Why are you doing this? It was just a lot of, you know, disconnect.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, even my cousins were kind of like, you did this, are you going to continue doing this? And why are you going to continue doing this? Well,
Hmm.
I think honestly, the best answer for that is because of my age and what I do, I think it's
Hmm.
more inspirational to people than somebody in their 20s doing this.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
And
Yeah.
want to be strong as I'm older. I don't want to get frail and not be able to do things. Like, I just think staying active is the way to go. And I think
Yeah. I
giving
agree.
other people my age or even older that inspiration, and I don't know, I think it helps with the coaching and stuff too. So
Yeah, totally. I agree with you on that. And yeah, I think all the women bodybuilders are really inspiring because it's not easy, at all. And it's a lot of hard work and but and it's kind of your body's kind of like a work of art too. So
yeah.
you're just showing off, looking like a superhero and just, yeah.
That'd be so cool. I would love to like take one of those roles on. I would do like Comic Con or something else superhero. That'd be so fun.
I know, yeah. She-Hulk would be cool. Yeah, get the green body paint. Yeah.
I did that for Halloween one year. I was walking down Main Street in Huntington, and everybody's going, "She-Hulk," and like I'm
Oh,
walking
awesome.
by,
Really?
taking pictures, and that was really fun.
Oh, I bet. That's really cool. That's awesome. I bet that was fun.
It was a good time, and my kids get a kick out of it too because they're like, "Why are they taking pictures with you?" Because I'm mom to them, but like to other people,
Yeah.
it's like,
Oh,
"Whoa."
that's so cool. That's awesome, though. That was actually my next question about your kids. How old are they and what do they think of you as the muscle mama?
They're 7 and 10. Little boy 7, my little girl is 10, and I know they knew that I didn't look like other women, and even my son was like, "Mommy, you don't look like the other moms," and I'm like, "Thanks, bud." I'll never forget that comment. And then even my daughter, more recently, I think, has started noticing people watching. "Mommy, he's staring." I'm like, "It's okay. It comes with the territory." So
Yeah.
they definitely understand that I am different, and I had to explain to them kind of what, like a sports analogy. You have your minor leagues and your pro leagues. Well, I just stepped up to the pro leagues of this sport. I was
Hmm.
like, people are starting to know who I am. Like, this could turn into something really cool. Like, I would love to pick up a sponsor this year. That would be
Yeah.
phenomenal. So that is definitely one of the goals. Um, but yeah, it's just, I think they don't realize everything around them and what's going on like behind the scenes. Like you said, I do have quite a few followers and people do
Hmm.
message me, and to them I'm still just mom, but I'm strong.
Yeah.
Like, oh, mommy can lift it. Like, yeah, mommy, she'll do it. Like
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
so
awesome, though.
yeah.
Did they come to your shows?
They have not been to any of my shows yet. I'm
Yeah.
hopefully going to be able to bring them to my pro debut. We'll see. A
Yeah.
lot of it is because they are still younger and I didn't
Yeah.
really have
Yeah.
anybody to sit with them either.
Oh, yeah.
So
Gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, I was a little worried about that. I was worried about them getting bored because, especially at the last show, I was back there the whole day. I wouldn't have been able to be with them at all.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Especially with the three divisions. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Uh-huh.
took the whole day. So we'll see. I mean, maybe as they get a little bit older, it would be cool if I could get someone to come with me and help me with them, and
Yeah.
love for them to see.
That'd be great. Yeah. See people hooting and hollering for you and stuff. That'd be fun.
Maybe give them
Yeah.
a little more like, oh, okay, that is mommy.
And then they'll be yelling for you too. So that'd be awesome.
Yes,
Get
that's
to
gonna be
hear
very
them out
cool.
there. Yeah, that's awesome. That's very cool though.
Yeah,
Um, I have a 19-year-old, so she's just entered college. But I miss those younger kid days. They're just so much fun when they're at that age. So
yeah.
yeah. Um,
No, they're good kids.
I just had a few more questions for you.
Yeah.
I was curious, do you ever, I mean, you have such a big following with overbearing fans, and I will tell the fans listening out there, because I did this in my
Mm.
last interview, you guys got to behave out there.
Oh,
Don't be
please.
doing weird shit, you know. All right, that's
Yeah,
my
I
my
did have
soapbox.
one. He reached out, he found all my platforms. I have like my family handle too, just because I gear this more towards all my, you know, business side of things,
Yeah.
bodybuilding and shows. But yeah, I have my family Instagram. He found me on there. You know, he got on my Facebook, my TikTok. He ended up finding my phone number through my website and decided to call me and pretend he wanted to be a client. And
Oh,
yeah, that got a little weird. So, um, for the
yeah.
most part, everybody is very cool. They're supportive. I mean, people say the weirdest stuff,
Yeah,
but
that
it's like I said, for the most part, though, everybody's been very cool, and I'm okay with things that have happened so far. I'm just a little worried. The more my name gets out there, the more weird stuff I'll see. Definitely come across things that I never really expected before, and not realizing that this was more of a fetish type look has been
oh yeah.
interesting.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
So,
that's true. Yeah. Yeah, and that, the fans I think, have to respect you, especially being a mom and stuff and and be nice and and don't be doing weird shit, like I said.
yeah, that one got me where it was like, okay, now like please don't show up at my house because we're gonna have some problems. Like
Yeah. Oh, that's a little scary too,
that
having
was a little weird. Yeah.
kind of a stalker kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I do think that the block button is a good one to use for
Yeah, we've used
yeah.
that a few times.
Yeah. Oh
Block,
man.
delete, report. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Report too is good. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, let Instagram know,
for
what's
sure.
um now in terms of all those followers on Instagram, is it tough to kind of keep up with like the DMs you get and all the, the comments on messages? It seems like it would be like a lot to deal with.
It is a lot, I know, and I do my cardio, like I said, so a lot of times it's just like a like that I get back. I do have some that have followed me for quite some time, which are cool, and I do talk to them. I feel like I've developed more of a friendship with quite a few of them for that
Mhm.
reason.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
but no, I try to welcome everybody. I try to at least say something to everybody. See where they're at because like I said, it is my business too. So
Yeah.
if they're really interested in training, then obviously I want to get those involved more than anybody else just liking and hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm busy. Like, what are you doing? Like, do you need something? Can I help you?
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. And in terms of coaching, you're accepting newer clients now too? Is that
Yeah, I can do new clients. Uh-huh.
okay? Cool. Yeah, just to throw that out there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I can see where guys would try to just, time waste or whatever too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Um, I was just curious, how do you think we can get more people to show up and show out for the bodybuilding shows? Because when I go to like, especially like a pro show in the USA, the turnout is just usually pretty slim sometimes, and it's pretty quiet. And
Okay.
we need more hollering, and we need more live stream purchases too. But what, in terms of your experience, how do you think we can get more people to show up to the shows?
Yeah, it's a good question. I know the Cal show had their pro show right after, and I thought that was a really big turnout. I thought it was great.
Really?
Uh, yeah,
Good.
as far as some of the other shows, like I recently went to one of my friends' shows. He was trying to get his pro card too, and that one was in Anaheim. And I felt the ticket prices were really expensive. I wanted to go in and support
Mhm.
him, but I was only there for such a short period of time. I had to come straight from work, and I couldn't justify spending that money when he was just going on the stage when I just got there. So I
Yeah,
think that
I
a lot
gotcha.
too. It's expensive to go to the more amateur type shows, even.
Yeah.
Um, if you're there the whole time, and like I said, it is a pro show, it would make more sense to me. I think the marketing of it too. I don't know if people know that you can live stream purchase.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you might be right about that. They might
Because
not
I've
be
had a
aware.
lot of people ask me, "Hey, can I
Yeah.
watch?"
Hmm.
Yeah, I'd love for you to watch. So I've had to send
Yeah.
out a link to a few people, but yeah, I don't think people know.
Yeah. I wonder if that's something where that the athletes could push too. The athletes could push out in their social media, push out the live stream link,
You know,
so
that would be kind of cool, actually. It's like if you do sign up for a show, having that venue be like, okay, here is the information that you can show. Hey, if you want to watch me, go here, and that way you can post your link as your show's coming up. Hey, I'm going to do this show. Watch me at this show. And yeah, I think it would definitely help for sure.
I think so too. And it could get more people in person,
Yeah.
fans too to come. Yeah, the in terms of and you're right about ticket prices because I think that's an issue that I think comes up a lot, especially the tickets get carved up into like, there'll be four different tickets in one day
Right.
and they're $100 a piece. So it's just like prohibitively expensive for most people probably to afford to pay that. So,
Right.
but I do think that that's the reason why there's a lot of empty seats too, because they probably can maximize revenue if you lowered the ticket prices. But I don't know. I really think that the tickets prices is a big issue and
Yeah.
something that could be addressed maybe even by NPC and IFBB.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah. Something. But
Yeah.
yeah, I did notice that at a couple of my last shows that it wasn't as packed as I expected it to be.
Yeah, and I do think I think that's a big reason, and I've heard that from other people, not just, bodybuilders, but the fans too. It just,
Yeah.
yeah, so whereas, I think live streams generally relatively affordable, at least,
Hmm.
but ideally, get people to show up in person and root for the competitors, I think.
For sure. Yeah. I know there's a lot of traveling with a lot of these shows too.
Yeah,
So
that's
get,
true.
yeah. Mhm.
But I think even more revenue could translate to more prize money, especially for the ladies, because I'd like to see
Yeah.
them get more prize money, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw a couple announcements for this year for some prize money coming in. So that's pretty cool.
I know, I saw that. There's a few that are given more, which is great.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
we'll get more and more. That'd be awesome. But
Yeah, definitely. Especially the ladies, because y'all always get short end of the stick, I think, in terms of that, money like that. Whereas the guys get the bulk of it, so
and unfortunately, I feel like it's kind of like any sport. You look at women's
yeah.
basketball even. Like it's different, but
Hmm.
I mean, it doesn't mean we're not putting in just as much work.
Yeah,
So
that's true. No, you're right about women's sports in general, I think. Yeah. So my last question was, do you like to show off your muscles in public or prefer to stay covered up? And I know you're in a place that's pretty warm, so maybe a lot of time of the year you can, wear a tank top,
oh,
and
I try to wear a tank top year round. Everybody knows. Was it arm day? Yes.
oh
How'd you
yeah.
know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll wear tanks to work and everything. No, I love showing off my arms. I think I get the most confidence on my arms, probably because it's the easiest part to show.
Yeah,
But
that's true. That's awesome. Yeah, you
yeah,
can't
no,
really show
so.
up in a bikini and work,
No, I don't
So,
think they like that very much.
no, no. Oh man. That would be a little awkward.
All right. It was funny. We actually had to do a meeting recently, and I don't actually like speaking in front of people. So they're
Okay.
like, well, how do you go on stage and do this? I'm like, it's way easier to flex in the tiniest bikini and not have to say a word than it is to talk in front of you people. And it's so different. I don't know why. It's
I
just,
oh, I understand that though. Yeah. I think you're almost more on the spot when you're public speaking like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Uh-huh. And a lot of people have a fear of that too, I know.
I know. It's
Yeah.
just funny. Like, that's way easier.
No, I understand that though. Yeah. I was curious if there's anything I missed that you'd like to address or anybody you'd like to shout out.
Just, thank my coaches and thank my friend Laura for all her help. And I just, say hi to my kids and all my guys at work.
Very
So,
cool.
yeah, I love my fans and I love the support. And it's, this is going to be a fun year.
That's great. No, I'm excited for you. I think it's going to be a great year for you for sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
And you said you don't have any sponsors right now, is that
I
right?
don't. I would
You're
love to
interested
find
in?
one.
I did want to give a quick plug, like I did my last interview with for Bad. Oh, if I can show it, Bad Rap, because they spoke. It's not showing very well, but that's an acronym: big and defined, ripped and pumped. But the ladies that do it are Eunice and JoJo, and they're really supportive of women's bodybuilding, and they've even sponsored some athletes for their travel costs for
It's cool.
going to different shows. Yeah, they're terrific folks though. So I just want to give them a quick shout out.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, check them out. It's Bad Rap 2023.
Okay.
And I kind of wore my bad rap shirt because I had 3 interviews lined up. So I
Oh,
figured I'd
nice.
better
There you go.
highlight them today.
Busy day.
It is. It's pretty busy. That's great though. I like
I was
it.
gonna say that's so fun.
Thank you. Yeah. Um, and I was curious now, would you be cool with doing a quick bicep flex?
I don't know if you can see my.
Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah, you look great. Thank you. Terrific. You look awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
And best wishes to you in 2025. I'm excited for you. Definitely keep me posted on where you end up competing.
For sure, I will, and we'll talk again then after for sure.
Thank you. And as I mentioned, I'll try to get this posted later today. And of course I'll tag you but yeah, no, I'll definitely be in touch.
Thank you. It was so great. I really appreciate this.
Thank you, Talia. It's really nice meeting you and
Nice to
best
meet
wishes to
you.
you.
We'll talk soon.
Thank you.